like 3, 2. This one's 6.
Don't tell her, honey. Let her do it. You do it yourself and make sure it's right. Okay? We'll make sure that we did it right by checking each other.
Oh, that one's a big one. Yep, it's 4. It took all of your squares. Wait, I want to see. 1, 2.
Is he doing a good job?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice measurement.
1, 2, 3.
You can count, sweetie. Let him count.
It's 6.
Yep, it's 6. And you still have more in case you need more. Because I gave you 10. And that goes over. So we can't go over, but we can go a little bit under. Yeah, you could do that.
This is 5.
Was it 5? Show me. Let's do the big side. Can you show me? Yeah, looking good.
The pink bush is
Is it hard to measure bendy things like that? Make sure your tiles are touching.
I know which one's not bendy. It's one in here.
Landon, please sit down. Very good. That's perfect. Okay. Next. He's thinking really hard. Look at his brain twirling. I see him thinking hard. Okay.
I did not.
Oh, she's sneaky. So really you kind of both win because she won for letting you have the last piece, but you got to take the last one off the board.
It's like a candy game if you let the other person have the last piece of candy.
Exactly. Hello. It's specials time. My kids are at PE. This has been a crazy day. My poor daughter was sick this morning, and so she brought a bowl in the car because she thought, it's just drainage or something making her throw up. So she threw up a few times before we ever left the garage, so I sent her to get rid of that. And she thought she could probably go to school, so we went on. She dropped me off. A little while after she dropped me off at school, I got a text saying, I'm going home. I didn't even make it to the parking lot at my school. Oh dear. She's still sick, and it's like 10:40. So she's been sick for like 4 hours. That's not good. Poor kid. So I hope that she stops throwing up and feels better. My goodness. And we had like icy, sleety, snowy stuff briefly, like in the early morning hours and late last night, but it didn't amount to anything, and it all just basically melted off because the ground wasn't super cold, I guess. So we have school, but it's made the kids kind of, woo, kind of like whirling dervishes everywhere. They're very wound. My power hour group was, wow. There were several of them that they just could not listen for anything. And we were doing a beat the clock activity on the board, which is a PowerPoint slideshow. And they just kept talking and interrupting and everything. And I finally just turned it off and I said, whoa, I don't know what is going on, but you have to listen. We can't do this unless you're listening. And I looked at specific students and I was like, please listen. You need to stop talking. If you were in your classroom, would you be doing this to your teacher? No. Then please don't do it to me. It's the same rules everywhere you go, friends. We're always going to be respectful no matter what classroom we're in. And they're like, yeah. I said, okay. Now, let me give you the directions. The last time, because I'm not going to say it anymore. And you need to not interrupt. And so it wasn't hard. It shouldn't, well, I'll rephrase that. It should not have been hard. It was the same thing we've been doing this week. Just writing less than, greater than, or equal to with their symbols, comparing the two numbers. H-A-M. Good morning. It's Friday. And my kids are at specials already because we have them earlier. But I never got a chance to get back on the camera yesterday. Yesterday was just boom, 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 go. The student teacher across from me had some questions, and so she popped in and asked me some things. And then we had a special catered lunch, so I didn't get to pop in at lunchtime because I was gone. And then the afternoon, I was running around taking care of things in the office. And then it was time to go home, and there was just no time to talk. So I'm so sorry. I did try to show you a little bit of what we did in the morning, but that was it. So we did get a little bit of our donut writing done for our opinion writing. And I'll try to insert a picture right here because I did take a picture of the screen of what we started. We did our introduction. So it was a hook sentence, introducing the topic, and writing our opinion. And it was just like an example for the kids to start with. Right now I'm checking spelling tests, and I need to go because someone's at my door. Be back later. I'm back. See what I mean? Sometimes people have questions and they gotta ask me something. So, I don't have a lot of time. Gotta finish grading my spelling test, and I just need to print out my newsletter, print out a note for Dr. Seuss Week because we're doing fun Dr. Seussy stuff every single day. So I'll show you that. And if you want to use the ideas, you'll have a chance to look at it over the weekend, which would be good. So, I need to print those out. And then we've got a special birthday lunch, so I won't be in here for lunch again, which is okay. So the student teacher across the hall and I are getting pizza together because it sounds good on a Friday. So I said, oh, just tell me how much it is and I'll jump in with it, you know, to give you some money. And so she ordered a pizza. And then it's this teacher's birthday, so we're having like cheesecake and fruit. So we've got dessert, yay, so that'll be nice. And really, it is kind of nice to get out of your room sometimes and just be a person, not be Mrs. Bond, just be Jennifer the person. And not talk about school, and not talk about the craziness of your day, and not talk about all the stuff you have to do, because everybody has that. So I'm going to get this stuff done, and I'll try to pop in maybe during recess time. But I have to leave, like, scoot out of here right away after I dismiss my kiddos at 2 because my daughter has a doctor's appointment. So I might just need to check back in with you after when I get home. I'm not sure. And I've left my iPad at school on my desk the last 2 days. Just totally forgot to pick it up. I don't know. My brain's just tired and I can't remember stuff. And I'm always in a crazy hurry at the end of the day to get everything packed up. Because literally, whenever you take the late buses to the bus, when you get back to your room, it's time to go. So I'm always having to hurry up because my daughter's waiting for me in the parking lot. I don't want her to wait on me. And I got to pick a terrific kid. Darn it. I was just about to put the terrific kid into the newsletter and went, oh, we don't have one. Okay, can't really do that then. Okay, I got to send that to the office. And something funky's been going on with my attendance. I think the screen has been jumping when I go to click on something because it's been marking different kids absent than actually are. And so the secretary's been buzzing down and going, is this person absent? I go, no. And they're like, is there anyone absent? I'm like, this kid and this kid. Okay, because this kid got marked. And I'm like, what? Like, they're not even next to each other on the screen. So that's happened the last 2 days. So something weird is going on with my screen. So I need to fix that because our secretaries call home of the kids that aren't at school. They go, we noticed so-and-so is gone today. We hope they're okay. Are they all right? And if they're not sick at home, the parents are freaking out because they're thinking their kids disappeared. It's not a good thing. It's kind of important. So yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with that because I don't want that to happen. That would be a nightmare. I would be panicking if someone called me and said my child wasn't at school when I took them myself, oh my goodness, or sent them on the bus. So got to get that squared away too. So let me get crack-a-lackin'. Things are falling down. And I'll try to check back in with you later and let you know how things have panned out.
Popsicle, pop, popsicle, popsicle, pop, popsicle. Hey, what? For what? Pop what?
Hello, I'm home as you can see, and it's around 4:30, and there was no time to get back on the camera because I just didn't get a chance. I had the student teacher asking me some questions again, which is totally fine. I've told her please pop in anytime, and I really mean it, anytime, because I can always do stuff later if I need to. So I was trying to run around and at least get my newsletter printed. It would not print right. I don't know what the deal was. I've been trying to install fonts that I bought from Teachers Pay Teachers onto my MacBook, and they would not install. Like, they would show that they were there, but then when I went to use them, they would not show in the programs like Word or PowerPoint. And so finally I contacted TpT after I'd Googled everything I could think of and tried everything I could think of and looked on the Apple websites for tech things. So I gave up and I was like, well, maybe I just won't ever be able to use this font. Finally, I decided I would send a support ticket to the IT people. They figured out it's because I needed an updated version of Word and PowerPoint. So they did that and got it going. But now it's messed up my formatting because I had everything in the old version of PowerPoint. My lesson plans are in that, and then my newsletter is in the old version of Word. When it transferred over the information, the formatting was goofy. But the weird thing is, I fixed that. Like, it was like a spacing thing. It wasn't like all crazy, but it was kind of off just a little bit. I got that fixed. I always change my stuff to a PDF, like the Word document. I change it to a PDF before I print it, so it prints better. It just seems to work better that way. That way you can double slide in and it's a lot easier. Some of the words were just not there. Like, there was a whole section in the middle where there was one little line of words where I had put a list of things, like all of our math lessons were on one side and all the dates of things coming up were on the other side. Gone. They show up when I look at it on the screen, but they don't show up when I print it. So there's some kind of weird disconnect between my computer and the information it's sending over to the copier. I don't know what happened. I was able to finally get it to work. I don't know what I did, but it finally worked. So I gave the kids their newsletters like half an hour before we left. When we came back from recess, I handed them all a paper and I said, please put this in your backpack when we walk in the door. Just slide it in there. Don't even put it in your folder. Just slide it in your backpack. I normally don't do that. Normally I'm like, you need to put it in your folder. I took the time to make these binders for you so you can stay organized and not lose your papers, not get them crushed, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I am not making them unpack everything because the printer wasn't working, and that's silly. So they just all stuck them in there. I was able to get the Dr. Seuss notes printed before we packed, thankfully. So those got in there, and I will take a screenshot of it and just like insert it here so that you can see the activities that we're doing. I had a list of donations on the back of my little note for special Susie snacks. That's what I call it, Susie snacks. I love doing themed things. I think it's just really fun for the kids and it's fun for me. And so I get excited and they get excited and it's just really fun. As I was saying goodbye to them today, I was like, we're going to have Sissy fun on Monday. Sissy fun. And they're just like, okay, Miss Bond, okay. Because they were really tired, which I was too, but I was trying to pump myself up and psych myself up so I could make it through the last, half hour of the day. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. Nothing really major happened after I talked to you at school other than just, trying to get things around and didn't get it done. So finalized what we're doing for Power Hour for the next 3 weeks. So now all of our ducks are sort of in a row. There might be a little crooked line, but they're there. And I need to find stuff to go along with related facts, but they're like double-digit addition related facts, which you don't normally do. Kind of the point of teaching fact families is so they can learn their addition and subtraction facts, the single digits, so they're more automatic. So I guess I need to look over the Go Math sections of Chapter 8 that were talking about the related facts and kind of figure out what the point of that was. I think it was reasoning because there was one question, on the test. And it was like, there were 3 different addition problems, and then there were 3 underneath, and you had to figure out which 2 went together. You had to draw a line. Well, I've always taught my kids, look for the commonalities. Look for the same numbers. Because a fact family is going to have the same 3 numbers, just in a different order. And so I taught them to do that, and they all totally rocked that one. They totally rocked that one. They totally got it. Some of the other ones, not so much, but that one they totally got. So I have kind of like the enrichment group, and I need to do something with that type of reasoning ability. So I need to kind of look around because I don't know that actual regular fact families are going to work for that. I printed a few things out before I left today just so I would have something to do on Monday. Now the good thing is we're not going to assess this group because we're only doing this for 1 week. And so assessing it isn't going to give any information that we can use for anything. So we might as well just take that day that we would have assessed on Thursday and do some more teaching with that and then move on. Because we're all going to pre-assess time to the hour and time to the half hour sometime next week and then sort our kids by if they knew it or didn't know it And then we're going to work on that for the next 2 weeks until report cards. And then we'll be done with third quarter and we can move on to fourth quarter. I need to start testing like a mad person next week, which I hate. I hate doing that. But everything is data. Data. So you got to have your data. To get the data, you got to have the assessments. And to get the assessments, you got to give them to the kids and grade them. So that will be my life for the next 3 weeks. And then we have parent-teacher conferences coming up. March 15th is when we have parent-teacher conferences. It's an afternoon through evening thing. I think it's 1 to 7. We have 1 day of it in the spring. Now, what we generally do is we do student-led, which I really, really like. And I just set up stations around my room, and I have my kids rotate through the stations and just kind of show the parents what they can do. I always call it their show-off time. Like, you're the teacher, you show off all the awesome stuff. There's always a math station, there's a reading station, and there's like an iPad station so they can show them different things that we do on the iPads, which isn't a ton because I'm kind of a believer in hands-on doing stuff rather than staring at a screen because they get plenty of that at home. I know they do because I can tell from attention spans. So with my math station, I generally have like 2 or 3 different types of games that they know how to do, and they can choose one that they want to play with their parent, and they are responsible for teaching their parent how to play it and then for playing it with them, which is really fun. Then for the reading, I have them choose a book beforehand, like a couple days before conferences. I have them choose like one of their favorite books from reading groups, and then we work on that one, and then they read that with their parents and show them how great they are as a reader. We want them to read fluently with expression. I've started introducing using different voices for characters because now they're getting into books where there's actual dialogue that the characters are speaking rather than just having a story that's narrated by someone. So that's always fun. And then the fourth rotation is me at the teacher table where they can come look at the report card. We can discuss strengths. We can discuss things for improvement. We can talk about like if we have problems. All next week, I'm going to be doing Dr. Seuss stuff, which I've mentioned a little bit. So I always like to do 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. And of course, that lends itself very well to graphing. And that is coming up in our next chapter after measurement. So I'm super excited to do that with the kids. I always like to do the foot book and fox and socks and hop on pop. And we always do measurement and measuring with non-standard units. And I have them partner up with a friend. And you have your partner trace your foot, and they cut out their foot, and they put their name on it, and then they have this measurement sheet that's got, I don't know, 4 or 5 different things to measure. And one of them is like the distance between your work spot and the door, and so they have to use their little foot and measure how many feet it takes to get there. Also, there's like different things in the room to measure. It's just something I made up, and I've used it every year for the last, I don't know, probably 8 years. And my kids always love it. So I'm not going to give that up. And it fits in perfectly with one of my Go Math lessons because one of them is measuring with the non-standard unit that you've just grabbed. Like you just choose something and use it as a measurement tool. And I'm like, yeah, there we go. So we're going to be measuring with our feet. And then another day, we're going to do green eggs and ham, of course, and we'll do a survey to see if you think you're going to like it or not going to like it. Now, at this point, a lot of kindergarten classes have already had green eggs and ham, so they might already know. But so we might do, did you like it or did you not like it, rather than if you think you'll like it. Like I said, if they already know, then we'll just do it the other way. And another day, we're going to do, I'm not going to get up today, and that's a PJ day. Of course, Friday is perfect for that. And then I'll read the sleep book, and I'm not going to get up today, and that'll be fun. And I'm not sure what the activities are that I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm going to find my stuff. I have so much Dr. Seuss stuff. I have things I've purchased from Teachers Pay Teachers over the years, things that I've created myself. Old school things that are like hard copies in a file folder in my file cabinet that I can use. One day we're going to do on Thursday, because that's when our school is celebrating Dr. Seuss Day, because Fridays are just too short and we have Terrific Kid Assembly and all kinds of stuff going on. So the day before actual Read Across America Day, we'll be celebrating the Cat in the Hat. Somebody always comes to our school dressed as Cat in the Hat. It's always, you know, one of the administrators or the top dog people, and they dress up in the costume, and we have thing 1 and thing 2 that wreak havoc through the school, and they're crazy and weird, and rile the kids up like to no end. So it's a little for the teachers, but whatever. It's fun for the kids. So I always have them make a Cat in the Hat hat with patterning. I say, okay, you're going to make a Cat in the Hat hat with A-B patterning, which is a kindergarten skill. They should be able to do it with no problem. And then I put it on a sentence strip so they can wear it. And we do just Cat in the Hat activities. One of the things is, what would you do if the Cat in the Hat came to your house? Would you like it? Would you not like it? Kind of an opinion writing type thing, which goes right along with our writing standard for this quarter. And we have themed snacks throughout. And colored goldfish is what we use for graphing for One Fish, Two Fish. I'm going to try to do like a kebab, a strawberry and banana kebab sliced and alternated on skewer. And that will be the cat hat, because it's like red and white, but it's red and banana colored. Close enough. And one of the days we're going to do Wacky Wednesday will be wacky snacky. And that's going to be like Cheetos, M&Ms, pretzel sticks, and some cereal in an ice cream cone. Because that's just kind of weird and that works. And also I'm going to try to do weird stuff in my room, like have chairs in weird places and like have stuff where it doesn't belong and things upside down and sideways. And I have this really crazy hat that I got at Silver Dollar City that's just got like stuff coming out everywhere, which is going to be really fun. And the kids will think it's hilarious for me to wear it. So that'll be good. And then one of the other days we do fruit by the foot. That's the measurement day. We do Toasty Toes Tuesday. And so we'll be measuring with our feet. And the fruit by the foot is like a fruit roll up, but it's like in a spool, kind of like a measuring tape, and you can unroll it. So we're not going to actually measure with it because it would get gross, but you know, it's in along the measurement thing. And then for, I'm not going to get up today, we're going to do green eggs and ham also with that, because we can have the eggs for breakfast. So I'll make pancakes probably, because we'll be in our pajamas. And I'm saying to have crazy bed head when you come in. Last year I really did it up. And it's amazing how much hairspray it took to actually make my bed head stay. But I like flipped upside down and I sprayed my hair so it was sticking out really crazy and weird. The kids got a kick out of that. I thought it was really funny. They're like, why do you look so weird? I'm like, because I didn't do my hair today. Because I just rolled out of bed and came to school. What did you do today? You know, and they're like, oh. I'm like, no, not really. It took a lot of work to make it look this bad. Really, it did. So, that is what I'm planning to do next week. And as we go through Dr. Seuss Week, I will show you the activities so that if you want to use them sometime in your classroom, you can. Because, you know, you don't have to just do it during Dr. Seuss Week. You can implement it whenever you want. It's your life. It's your classroom. Make it fun. So I think I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to put on my pajamas. I'm going to take out my contacts and just kick back and relax and poke around on Pinterest and in my Teachers Pay Teachers purchases and kind of get all my little Dr. Seussy ducks in a row and get my activities planned more. Like I have generalized plans already made. I just haven't printed them out. But I like to have specifics. Like I'm going to make like a separate page of all the Dr. Seuss things I want to do, because my regular lesson plans are not big enough to put all that in. But I want to have, here's what I'm doing. So that's going to be really, really cool. And I hope that people send in some of the materials that I've asked for. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing a lot of shopping next week, like probably every day. So I think I'm just going to get ready for the evening. And there's a new Netflix series that I think we're going to try to start tonight. And I'll tell you about it later because I don't remember what it's called. And I don't even remember how to explain it. So it started today, though. The 23rd is when it's supposed to come out. And if you've ever watched Daddy Daycare, the wife in Daddy Daycare is like the main character, the mother in this show. And the gist of it is her son has been killed in a hit and run. And whoever did it has not come forward. And they start gathering clues and trying to figure out who did it. And she is wanting like justice served. So that totally hit my mama heart. So I kind of want to see how that plays out maybe. But if it gets too much, I think I'll just turn it off because I don't want anything super, super heavy. And we'll probably order pizza because pizza sounds really good. Even though I had pizza for lunch, I can have pizza again. I'm good with it. I can roll with it. I'll make that sacrifice. All right. I think I probably won't do any shopping this weekend because I just need to cut it off. Yes, I have an eraser problem. I can stop anytime, people. So quit getting on my case about it, all right? Okay. Yeah. I want to make some Dr. Seuss games, too, so I can share those with you. Yes. Anyway, I think I'm getting loopier. So, and my hair just keeps, have you noticed that? It just keeps going into my eyeball. So I think it's time to go. I will talk to you later. You know, I always do a weekend vlog that comes out on Wednesdays. That's my weekend what's up. So you can catch the teacher crazies over the weekend and see how exciting my life is. Not most of the time. I'm just a normal person. Probably can't get away with that statement. Because if you've seen any of my vlogs, that probably doesn't hold true all the time. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight. I hope that you had a fantastic week. I hope your kids were angels and listened so attentively, like in all of those videos that we watch in our teacher programs in school that showed how wonderfully students just sat perfectly and listened to the teacher deliver the most eloquent lesson, and they were enriched and enlightened and went home so happy and free. And then reality hit and you saw, oh, kids don't do that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I will see you next time. I realized that I never showed you my outfit. Not that it's really an important secret, but I'm wearing, I think I've worn this before. I'm wearing like this little kind of fancier hoodie. It's all lacy. You've seen the top of it like every time I've gone on camera. Here's the bottom of it. I have to wear like a tank under it because it's sheer, but it's kind of lacy part here. And I've got these leggings that I got at Walmart and my favorite boots. Yeah. Here's a better view of my outfit. That's what it is, and you can see my jewelry behind me. All right, I'm going to go for realsies. Good night.